Welcome to the Committed Lifestyle Podcast, a place created for you, the woman who is ready to step up her game, up-level her mindset, and commit to taking action towards the life, relationships, and financial abundance she desires. My name is Jody.
And I am your co-host, Aspen, and we're serial entrepreneurs passionate about showing women the juicy tips, tricks, and tools to creating a life they love and loving the life they live.
So if you're ready for that, let's dive in. Hey guys! Guess what?
We're back.
We're back for episode number 2.
Yay! And you're back. Thanks for coming back.
Yeah, you guys, it was so fun after recording our first podcast to see the people that were just sharing it right away and the love that we've gotten back from it so far.
So grateful. So much fun.
You know what that means? That means to me that you're on the right track, right?
I think so.
I think so.
Alignment?
I think we call that alignment.
Yeah.
If not, I'm just going to convince ourselves that we are on the right track.
I think we are. We're figuring it out. It's good.
We're still sitting approximately 3 feet apart from each other.
Sharing a mic.
Sharing a mic. I feel like I need you to come closer.
Yeah.
Come a little closer,
I'm on a Swiss ball today.
Oh, it's much better for your back. It's ergonomically correct.
I have to really refrain from bouncing, so
I think
the
I have
vocals
boogers in my
this.
nose.
So you can still pick up my voice.
Yeah, we need you closer.
All right.
How's my voice?
It's good.
Kind of cracky? Oh, yours is really good. Thanks. Guys, if you haven't heard Aspen sing, she's freaking amazing at singing. I'm going to put her on the spot one day and make her sing for you guys.
Not today.
Not today. You guys, today, I feel like...
I can breathe right now.
Wow. If I ever got stoned, if that was something that I did, this is probably what it feels like. Because I feel like I'm like hippity-dippity, wow.
Pure euphoria of just relaxed and just having some weight lifted off of you, you know?
Yeah.
We...
Weight lifted or like we took a big crap or something.
Ooh, that's exactly what it feels like. You're right. And a whole lot of CBD. It's like I just drank a whole CBD bottle.
And had a colonic at the same time.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So let's tell you guys why we feel this way.
We need to talk about it. We can talk about colonics and CBD another day. Let's get to the nitty gritty of what just happened. Still going to be giving you the tips, tricks, tools, and be bringing in the experts to show you guys how to do that. And we're going to be doing that right now, every single day.
Right here on this podcast.
On this podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's going to be the way that we give you this value.
Yep.
For right now.
And so, Aspen and I are very good at being multi-passionate.
Oh, almost too good.
To a fault.
Yes, a little bit. We had a little bit of a therapy session with each other. A little background on this right now. I came over today. I'm over at Jody's right now to pour love and energy into this community that we're creating right now.
Like, guys, you should have seen our Trello board, by the way. If you don't have Trello, we're not being paid by Trello, but you should get Trello. It's
the Excel spreadsheet for the mind that needs prettiness.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay. So, yeah, Aspen came over, and we were going to hammer out just so much. We were going to get so many things done for the Facebook group, for the platform, for the podcast.
Something that we always do before we jump into the work, though, is we catch up a little bit and we kind of mind dump and decompress from anything that we may need to talk about.
Yeah. And when Aspen showed up, I said I had to have some therapy sessions with myself this morning, and I had a little bit of clashing thoughts.
Yes.
And I said, I can we just have a therapy session, you and I now?
And we just dove into it.
What's funny is you needed it too.
I didn't. I felt this clashing of energy in my mind, but I didn't really know what it was stemming from. I almost felt scattered, a little overwhelmed, scattered, and it wasn't until we really started talking that we got to the underlying root of where it was coming from, and in total alignment, we were on the same page.
Totally on the same page. We both had 9,000 things on our plate that we were trying to do, and you just can't get a lot done when you're sifting and sorting through.
No, it doesn't serve anyone when you're doing too many things at once, honestly.
And you know what else it is? It's annoying for the other people that have to be around us when we're like, blah, I'm so chaotic, I'm frazzled, I can't think straight, hang on, I can't.
Totally.
Like,
oh
other
my
people
goodness.
around that energy have to be like, whoa, you need another bottle of CBD.
Exactly. I mean, with everything that you're doing, you want to have fun and joy, but you also want to feel a sense of peace throughout everything. I think that's such an important thing to tap into with everything that we do in this life, is making sure that we have peace around it. And honestly, my peace was a little frazzled.
My piece was, no, I think I just spit food on you.
That's
I'm sorry.
okay.
Yeah, I agree, the whole piece thing, because look, if you're not in that becomes your flow. So we realized that we couldn't even get into flow, or for others you could call in the zone, or tap into our creativity and just being inspired, which that's where really it all stems from. No matter what category that you're wanting to work into, whether it's, health, business, relationships, whatever that thing is that you want, you need to be able to be in flow and in alignment with it. And neither of us were.
No, it's
spinning our wheels.
Absolutely.
You know what else though? Progress. That's the other thing we need. We need peace and we need progress.
Absolutely. So at the end of the night, when we're putting our heads down for rest, we can feel accomplished and fulfilled, and not feel like, oh gosh, there was too many things I was trying to do and I didn't accomplish any of them. And that's never a good feeling. So you really have to, what we had to do was look at everything and just kind of dissect this whole feeling that we were having and figure out, okay, like, what's the next step now? Because it's not serving us to feel this way, so how do we move forward? And this was really when we got into our therapy talk.
We totally got into therapy talk. So we're just going to kind of roll through what that was and steps that you guys can do as well. So what we did was we took all these things that we were doing, because ours was a business talk. So we took all the different avenues that we were really trying to build up and expand and move through quickly. And we took each one and we had to basically place it in every compartment in our life and find out if it fit in those compartments.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. This is, do we want to go straight into the steps? Do we want to kind of go with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just roll with it.
I think that's a really great idea. So honestly, if you ever feel overwhelmed or feel like you're doing too many things at once, or, oh gosh, like, I think I can do it all, but it's really, really, really hard, this episode is going to resonate with you. Please take this in, because this really helped us so much right now.
We would love to hear too, by the way, if this helps, because
I feel like such a weight is lifted off of me. Oh my gosh. Everyone deserves to feel this way.
Yes.
Everyone. All right. So really what we started with was we had to talk to somebody that you trust. So step one, find somebody that you trust, someone that can be a honest sounding board for these feelings that you have going on. I don't know if I'd necessarily recommend having this with your significant other or your mom. Maybe your mom. I don't know your relationship with your mom. Maybe your mom.
Kona.
Ooh, you could definitely have this conversation with your dog. Kona, for sure.
Kona seems like she's like a sweet little sounding board.
She really listens.
But she give you eyes if your idea was wrong.
She would. She's very honest. Too honest sometimes.
No.
Yeah, I know. She calls me out on the things.
That's what we call an unreasonable friend. We love her for that.
We do. So that's what we kind of recommend, is finding
a Kona.
Yes, that person, that friend that you can trust, that you do trust, and you can have that genuine, real, honest conversation with.
Because the issue that, if it's a significant other, obviously every relationship is different, but you could get defensive and try to convince them that you can do all this stuff, or this is the really good idea to be focusing on. Yeah.
Ego likes to come out in those things. And that's okay. I mean, it's the truth, but that's why you have to be really mindful of who you have certain conversations with.
Yeah, so that's step one. Find your person you can talk to that will do more listening and question asking than telling you what to do.
Absolutely.
By the way, this Swiss ball is, even though it's ergonomic, we got kind of noises. So.
We do. Yeah, it's nice.
You got to ask her this here. She's not tooting, and neither am I.
I'm not. So, step 2. In my opinion, this is probably the most important step of them all.
Yep.
And that is getting extremely clear of your burning desire. What is that thing that you want most right now?
Right now.
And there's a lot of things we all want in life, but what's the thing you want most right now? Get really clear on that. It's so important because if you're not clear on where you're going, what that thing is, there's no direction.
There's no direction.
You can't get anywhere.
Do you want to know who gives a really good quote on this?
Ooh.
Alice in Wonderland.
Oh.
How does the quote go?
I don't know if I know this quote verbatim.
How do I get to where I'm going?
Oh, where are you going?
I don't know.
Well, then it doesn't really matter how you get there.
Shit.
I don't think that was it. I don't think that was close at all.
Okay. Moral of the story of Alice in Wonderland. Someone, can you please tell us what the quote is too, by the way? Moral of the story is if you don't know where you're going, or if you've got 9,000 places that you want to go, it doesn't really matter which way you go because you don't have one clear direction that you're going in, and you're going to get there. Okay, hold on. If you're going in 9,000 directions, if you pick one direction to go in, well, you'll eventually end up there. I don't know if this is making sense now. Reel me back in, Aspen.
If there's multiple places that you're trying to go and you're not clear on one, you're not going to ever get to that final destination. You're going to be, you can't go halfway to a destination, stop, and then start going to a different one. You'll never actually get to that final destination.
Okay. Now I think we got reeled in on this.
Yes.
Since we don't know the quote, we can't really give good specifics to it right now. So we'll give you guys that one later once we go and study up. But what this reminds me of is Abraham Hicks. She speaks this really good part where she says, look, if you're going from Phoenix to San Diego, well, you've got a map. You're following a map. And you don't drive halfway from Phoenix to San Diego. You don't get to the halfway mark and say, well, we're not there yet. Of course you're not there yet. You haven't finished the destination, right? You haven't finished the drive. So that's exactly what we're getting at is if you don't, you have to know your destination point. You have to know point A and point B and exactly what those look like. And that's what we're meaning by having that burning desire. So our burning desire is business-wise. It's a financial goal. It's something that we want to create this amazing foundation. So from there, we can springboard off into these next things. So right now, we're in Phoenix. Well, actually, we're in Las Vegas. And we're going to go to San Diego. But instead of San Diego, can we go to Australia?
Ooh, I like Australia.
I do, too.
There's some good people in Australia.
I love Australia. And they've got, cool things like Vegemite. Actually, don't eat Vegemite.
What's Vegemite? I've never heard of that.
No. Okay, hold on. I shouldn't say that. I hear it's really good if you have an upset stomach and you put it on toast, but
okay. I don't know if I'll ever have it.
Yeah, we're just kangaroos.
Ooh, I like kangaroos.
I do too.
Finding Nemo, is that Australia?
Sure.
Sydney, right? Sydney, Australia.
Oh yeah.
All right. See, they have Finding Nemo too.
Okay.
I know it's a movie. All right.
It's great.
Reel back in.
Reeled in.
Okay.
Finding Nemo, no pun intended. Reel back in. Get it?
Oh my gosh.
I know.
That was good.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so step 1, get clear on your burning desire. Know your destination, where you're trying to go, what that goal is.
Step 2. That was step 2.
Oh, step 2. I apologize.
Yeah.
Step 2. So then, step 3. Step 3. So there are going to be multiple avenues that could potentially get you to that destination. So say, for example, we're talking business, and we're working towards a financial goal and way to help the most people, in the fastest amount of time. We had different options of getting to that goal. So when you're looking at all of those potentials, you have to really look at them separately and then kind of look at them as a collective. Really dissect each one and then look at them all together and see if they can flow together. For the most part, they usually can't. If that's why we're coming down to wanting to do one thing at a time. So when you look at each thing, I think this is the most important thing right now, is not most important thing, but one of my favorite things is look at each one and see what feels good and what doesn't feel good. Like,
does that feel good?
Does that feel good?
No? Okay, that's what me and Aspen say to each other. God, it just sounds so...
It's dirty.
It's totally dirty.
But
I love it.
It works for us, though. Whenever
guys, we're not doing any physical touch.
No.
Not
like
this is
that.
like a feel inside. How does it make your heart feel?
Exactly.
However, if you have a significant other, I do recommend saying that word. Sentence. Does that feel good?
That's a good thing to ask your partner.
Okay, this is a gutter mind conversation.
Oh my gosh, reel it back in.
Real
squirrel. This is it. It's okay.
Nemo.
Ooh.
Reel back in.
Dory.
Thanks.
Okay. What feels good and what doesn't? Really touch base on each of those potential ways that could get you to your burning desire, and just look at the ones that feel good and what don't. Really.
And what makes the most sense for, okay, so let's talk business real quick. What one is going to add the most value and create the biggest impact and return? That's the one you need to start with, which is why we decided, okay, oh my gosh, our foundation is, that's what we had to start with. What's going to create the best foundation for us to springboard off of? Which, after we dissected all these different things that we really want to do them all, and we plan on it, but we had to lay the foundation first, which is why we had to, no pun intended, reel it back in, right? And so dial down and just get super clear, specific, simple.
Yes.
And after the potential thing is you have to, so if we go into health, for example, not always can you be 100% like gung-ho on your health and fitness, okay? Everything in your life goes in seasons. And so once you decide, that potential thing that you want to do, well, is it the right season of your life? And are you willing to make the other sacrifices in your life? So now this is going to be, I think this is
going into
step 4.
Yeah, this is going into step 4.
Seasons, you guys. So once you've decided the thing that you want the most, find out the pathway to get there and what makes the most sense, and then decide, is it the right season of your life? And are you willing to make those other sacrifices?
Absolutely. Because when you have that one thing, once you choose that one thing, it's going to bring the most value to yourself and others. You are going to have to look at the other things and say, okay, am I willing to put a temporary pause on these other things that I would love to do until I can give them the time and energy and love that they truly deserve?
That kind of makes me feel like I'm a little girl, and my mom's like, you can only pick one doll for us to go on this camping trip. And I'm like, only one doll, Mom? Yeah, only one doll. So then I just take all my other really pretty dolls and I put them in their little bed and I say goodnight to them. Is that kind of good?
That totally makes sense. That's the perfect analogy. That's exactly what it's like.
Okay.
And then when you go on your trip and you show everyone this doll, be like, this is my doll. Look how pretty she is. Look how awesome she is. Oh my gosh, her hair. Obviously, you're not really in business. You're not talking about a doll, but you get the analogy.
Star.
Yeah, exactly.
The one thing is the star.
The North Star, 100%. But that doesn't mean, you are going to eventually come back home. And that doesn't mean that you ignore the other dolls for the rest of your life. Although, you can always check in on them, see how they're doing. Pour a little, love in them, change their clothes or something like that. And then
they're pretty.
Tell them they're pretty, yeah. And know that they're there. Let them, just know that they're there. And that when it's their time to go on the next camping trip, they will.
Then you get to put, the star of the show, Barbie number 1. You get to put Barbie number 1 to bed and bring out Barbie number 2.
Exactly.
Oh, I like that analogy. Hopefully there's a lot of ladies listening to this.
I hope this is making sense to everyone as much as it's making sense
in my head.
Totally. Same.
I mean, because in our therapy session, it clearly made a lot of sense. Where we were like, yep, Barbie number 1, you were our number 1, and then we let 2 come creeping in and try to steal your show like she was one of the Spice Girls. we're not in a Spice Girls show. We're in a Mariah Carey show.
Ooh.
One lady only.
Mariah Carey? Britney Spears?
Oh, our Brit.
Oh, Brittany.
God damn it, I love you.
Good feelings.
That's great.
All right, so that was step 4. And I think we kind of touched base on step 5 a little bit earlier. But really making, with this one thing that you're choosing to do, something that's really important is that you have to make sure that it complements the other containers of your life, the other non-negotiables that you have. For example, my non-negotiables, these things I have going on in my life are my health and fitness. There's not a single thing that anyone could do or say that would take that focus, take focus away from that. Number 2, my relationship. I'm very devoted and invested in growing my relationship with my partner. And 3, I do have another job. I have a part-time job that I love showing up for, and I love serving people in that way as well. And those are, of my things that I'm not willing to negotiate. So I have to make sure that this, project that I'm working on, this business that I'm working on, is going to complement those things as well.
I love that. That is so good. So when you take that thing, when we were saying earlier, like touch it in each of the containers, I know that sounds, I can see it in my head, but it's got to bring out the best in that thing, right? So that when you're not doing your business or your health, you're like, whether it's your business or your fitness goal, let's say, you're able to think about it. You're able to get excited about the next time that you're stepping into it. You're able to talk about it and be super excited because everything else in your life is complementing it as well.
Absolutely.
Right? So when there's a clash, if someone's like, what are you excited about right now? You get to say what that thing is.
Absolutely.
And I mean, to me, that's where inspiration comes from. That's where results come from.
Fulfillment.
And, the people around you are going to be so proud of you. They're going to be excited for you because you're so excited about talking about it. And so it continually brings out all those other areas too.
I totally agree. That was good.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, so let's just review the steps. Step 1, find someone that you trust.
Amen. Step number 2, what is your biggest burning desire? What do you want more than anything?
Step 3, look at all of the things that have the potential of getting you to that burning desire and really file through and see what feels good and what doesn't. Does that feel good?
Okay. Step 4 is it the right season of your life? And really, are you willing to make that sacrifice for a season to get that one thing?
Absolutely. And I think that leads straight into step 5 is make sure that you look at all of the containers of your life and that it's going to complement all of those things and bring more love and light to each of those areas.
Amen.
Yeah.
I feel like this is also church too.
I think so.
I love it. So hopefully you guys got some value out of that. I know Aspen and I really needed that today. So when things like that happen, we know that means other people need to hear it too. And I mean, I that's all my 2 cents, more like $5 that I have for you guys today.
I love it.
There was a quote. What was that
quote?
quote?
The quote. Yes. There was a quote. Be like a postage stamp. Stick to one thing until you arrive.
Woo! Mic drop.
Boom.
Boom. All right, you guys, I really hope that you guys enjoyed that episode with us today. If you did like this episode or you think someone you know could really benefit from it, please share it with them. If you loved it, tag us on Instagram. We are loving seeing that come through. And I think that's all I got. Share it, love it. The more ears we can get it into, the more people we get to help.
Amen.
Amen, sister.
I love it. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Do you have any last things to say?
Well, I'm going to say the same thing that I always say every time. You only have one life to live. Make it amazing.
Preach.
Preach.
Love you guys.
Love you. Bye.